Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for July 27th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday. We're going to be, I think some of you remember I talked a while back about a formulation of products that I've been using now for maybe 6 weeks, maybe a little bit more. And the phenomenal properties of this are unprecedented. And so we're going to actually have the inventor, formulator, creator on one of our calls in the near future after the iHercules convention, the New Extracts convention in Denver. Most likely I'll make the announcement on when that will be. It'll be shortcoming soon because we've got to get it out to everybody. And so we're going to have her, and we'll most likely have Dr. Rush on there so that she'll initiate Q&A. We'll have her talk to everybody, with everybody, and then people can ask for Q&A direct. This is it's an organic, natural application discovered by her, and the properties and what it can do for the body are astronomical. And as I mentioned through the years, that every time I come up with something, it is because I've used it for a lengthy period of time to evaluate it for myself, to see what it does for me, before I even dare present it to the rest of you. So I wanted to give you a heads up on that. Highly recommend as many people get to that call as possible. We may post it, we may not, depending. It's very, for security purposes. So, but I just wanted to let you know that we have a time for change call tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and there will be a lot of information shared on that. And I'm not sure what we will try to do, because we'll be at the New Extracts convention in Denver. So the Friday health call, we'll see if I'm able to do that one. But just to get everybody a heads up and understanding, you create your opportunities by asking for them. That's simple. Shakti going. There's a power inside each and every one of us that is absolutely, this is what the Dark Ones have been trying to do with this civilization from the beginning. This is the reason why they do all the things they do. There is a power inside each and every one of us that is beyond anything that we have yet imagined. We have the ability, all of us, to manifest anything that we want with pure joy and effortless ease. But you see the seduction in the external world that pulls us into an opposite direction. There's no limits on what we can create in our lives. I think that this should be repeated over and over and over and over again. We are unlimited, unbounded, pure potential energy, and we can consciously attract any experience we want at any time. And unfortunately, because of the mindset, a lot of people on this planet manifest negativities more and more and more into their lives. But it's crucial that each of us understand consciously that when we are super specific about what we want and ask from a surrendered place that is free from lack, okay? When we are super specific about what we want and ask from a surrendered place that is free from lack. We are one step closer to becoming a manifesting master. All of us. The energy behind making requests instead of wishes, hopes, or demands. The energy behind making requests instead of wishes, hopes, or demands is much more powerful in that it requires us to be humble, realistic, and grounded about who we are and what we honestly want in our lives. This is a deeper honesty, and it allows the universe, the whole universal intelligence that surrounds and penetrates us to truly hear our request and thus assist us in manifesting it. One of the main ingredients in consciously manifesting our dreams and desires is knowing how to ask for what we want. Knowing how to ask for what we want. When we ask in a firm, clear, receptive way, it's as if we are throwing a powerful magnetic boomerang into the universe that will soon return with our desired outcome. Now, of course, we have no expectations or attachments to that as to when, where. We want to throw out a super specific request into the universe, yet not be attached to how it comes back to you. This shows that you are clear and sincere about letting go of wanting and needing your desire and surrendered to receiving the highest possible outcome. By releasing our attachment to how we desire, how our desire shows up for each of us, it naturally starts the manifestation process. It's like the moment any of us actually throw and let go of this boomerang, let go, we know that even if we close our eyes, it will be flying back to us very soon. When it is said to you, ask and it is given, there is no more powerful statement that is at the basis of what makes things happen. Abraham Hicks. When it is said to you, ask and it is given, there is no more powerful statement that is at the basis of what makes things happen. By using our physical voice to ask this universe to help us manifest our desired outcome, we will find that we also start to clarify our intention. When we say anything out loud, our body begins to discover its natural alignment with our desired outcome. The energy and vibration of what we say out loud forms a feeling in the body which acts like a radio signal, broadcasting our frequency into the cosmos, cosmic energy. For example, let's say if you ask the universe out loud to purchase and drive your new car down the road with one hand on the wheel and your hair blowing in the air, the feeling of that request sinks deeply into the universal subconscious mind. As your body begins to feel what it is like to drive off in your new vehicle, these feelings create powerful chemicals in your body which form a deeper commitment level to manifesting your dream. When the scattered, busy mind can hold its focus in a one-pointed direction, it informs the universe where to direct new energy, which initiates the final manifestation. Nurture your mind with great thoughts, for you will never go any higher than you think. Benjamin Disraeli. Words are very powerful. I think we all know that. Be very aware of what names and labels you call yourself. It can make the difference in manifesting what you want or what you don't want. Each word you speak possesses its own unique vibration, which is felt inside your body the instant it is said. When you state something out loud, you are in essence proclaiming who you are or who you will become in the entire universe, and to the entire universe. We are no longer hiding in our own private universe of thoughts. Verbalizing our thoughts makes us go beyond the world of separation and creates a deeper commitment to ourselves. The spoken word is perhaps the most visceral technique for affirming something into the physical world. It engages the scenes. It activates the mind fully and opens all the energy centers in your body. And remember, it gets a little confusing, but you are not. Remember, we are not the body. Most manifestation masters will agree that intention is the root of all success and failure in the world of manifesting. That's moving energy into form, creating it into reality, and then experiencing it. You can speak a request out loud to the universe, yet if you're feeling that you cannot or won't have your desired outcome showing up effortlessly for you, you are just manifesting more of the same struggling and lacking experience. The outcome you want will undoubtedly occur if you are asking from a place of feeling deeply connected to the universe. By finding a quiet space inside yourself where your mind is silent and your heart is open, you will discover a highway of connection to the greatest source of energy, information, and power that you can imagine. As we want it, and allow it, it is. Abraham Hicks. As we want it and allow it, it is. A lot of us will want it, but we disallow it. The majority of us want it, but we disallow it. So it isn't. It is not is. Manifesting happens effortlessly when we stop trying so hard and just relax into this divinity that is already, always has been, always will be, ever beyond, and forever here now. And by transcending the needy, grasping mind, you realize that the benevolent universe is already at one with you. And from this wholesome space, we can ask for anything and know without a doubt that it will manifest for you. There is no greater manifestation power than the faith and trust within each and every single one of us. When we establish such a deep, intimate relationship with this universe, the mind chatter we once had is now quiet and calm. And we realize that within this intimate connection to this universe, all desires are instantly discovered. To understand the magical nature of the mind is to acquire awesome power. It is to understand that at every moment of our lives, we have the power to accomplish everything we want. Deepak Chopra. Now, it is time to ask the universe for what you want. When you get clear on what this is, simply ask the universe to support you in manifesting this. Make your request out loud in a strong, powerful, affirming voice. Say something like, universe, I ask that you support me in manifesting and whatever that one request is. Always just one at a time, not a whole bunch, one. Universe, I ask that you support me in manifesting and then whatever it is that you're desiring or wanting. I ask that this be done to this highest good of all concerned. Thank you for fulfilling my request. You see how simple that is? Now, see, that ego mind, remember, we all have it. None of us are exempt from it. That ego mind will come in there. And you'll have doubt as you're making this statement to the universe. That little bit of uncomfortableness, the uneasiness when you're making this statement, then it won't stick. Remember that. That's why it's you're totally surrendered. You have no attachments. You definitely have no doubt, and you have complete trust in you. Universe, I ask that you support me in manifesting whatever it is you're desiring, wanting. I ask that this be done to this highest good of all concerned. Thank you for fulfilling my request. Continue to make this request at any time you doubt your ability to manifest this desire or feel contracted emotion around its manifestation, such as fear or anger. Soon, you will notice that the universe is indeed answering your request. In a matter of hours or days, the people and resources that you need to manifest your desires will begin to appear in your life as if by magic. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I am sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, always the first step, relax that body that you're in. Head to toe, inside and out, all that you're holding, all that's just, and here's the trick, is a lot of us are holding discomfort, but we've gotten so used to it that it's comfortable. It's comfortable to be discomforted. So you got to really understand that, because a lot of us won't let go of that because we're comfortable with the discomfort. See what I mean? And are any of us exempt from that? No. But if you are consciously aware and identify it, then you just surrender it. You let it go. Might be a little tough for some, but they'll feel so much better when they do it. Genuinely from the heart mind, let it go. Surrender it. Does it serve you the highest good? Does it serve that body you're in the highest good? Does it eliminate stress, anxiety, fear? And if your answer, and you'll get the answer, it'll be, no, it doesn't serve you the greatest good. It causes you stress. It causes you fear. It antagonizes you. You get irritable, angry, upset. It's all that suffering. It's unnecessary. You're the only one that can do it. Each of us are, with ourselves. Because remember, it's all about you. It ain't about anybody around you. It ain't about anything out there. It's all about you. So you know when the body starts to relax, because you'll feel it. Things will loosen up. Your shoulders will drop. the areas that you hold tension and stress will release. You'll feel absolutely at ease. This is really good on that body. We all know is that to be at ease the majority of the time, there will be no dis-ease. You feel the things drop off. If you have an issue with something, or when you have an issue with something with yourself, face it with a lot of love, a lot of gentleness and kindness, a lot of generosity and humbleness, and it'll disappear. And no matter how many times it tries to come back, you do the same thing, and it'll never have a chance to set itself and deep seed within you. So as the body relaxes, it becomes light. And when I talk about light, it's like you're not, the body's not experiencing stress and tension and fear and anxiety and worry and lack of and all that stuff. It loses it. And then when that happens, move into the now. It's automatic. The chatter, gone. Is the body thinking? Nope. Is it contemplating? Nope. What's it doing? Floating. See, when you leave the mind alone, and you leave the ego alone, and subconscious mind alone, you're able to view them, watch them, learn on how they operate so that you can utilize them as allies rather than masters. So they become your servants rather than your master. And man, they make bad masters. I think we all know that. But they make great servants. And this is the path to enlightenment, to eventually no longer need them. Of course, that doesn't happen overnight. So what is the now? The now is complete ease because you're only focused on the moment. That's it. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay? It takes a bit of practice, but eventually each of us will step into it. Now, we won't expect it. We won't have any, why isn't this happening and how come this isn't happening? It'll just happen. It'll just come in. Because you have no expectation. And as you ease into it more and more, then that you're able to have that body in ease majority of the time. Imagine that. And you learn this whole process of the now allows us to slowly but surely not be affected by any external authority, not be affected by what anybody or anything thinks of us completely. Then you become really free. Someone could ask you, what are your plans for tomorrow? Your response will be, I don't have any. I only am in the now. Now, it doesn't matter what they think about that? Nope. You're expressing to them because they're part of you. So you become the teacher, they become the student. There's no ego or mind in there. This is how it works for all of us. And remember, it's all about you. Because all about you affects everyone else. So they taught us, they tried to teach us that no, it's about everybody else. No, it's not. Because until you get yourself in love with yourself and know who you are, you're not the body, then how are you going to interact with the rest and the other parts of you? So do we have a past? No. We have former nows, moment to moment, that then become gone, dead. All of it, the people, everything, all gone, dead, bye, period. But we do have memories. And the memories we store in our subconscious mind. So it's like a library for us, a private library. We go in and we reminisce, and we're a good time. Feels good. Feels good to go into areas that we experienced that were fun, enlightening, happy, good times. We also visit the not-so-good times where we make sure we say to ourselves, okay, I did that, and I experienced the outcome. So it's taught me not to do that again or to do it differently. Unfortunately, though, there are some of us, I shouldn't say unfortunate, but it isn't really great. Some of us will just, whether it's conscious or unconscious, will stay in the past. We don't, and I don't think many people know they do that, but they do it for so long it becomes a habit, and they relive it. You know what I mean? They relive it. Then they start to relive everything in the past. And then eventually, they get so comfortable with that, they bring it into a future that doesn't exist. They create that future from that past, and they relive that past in that future. And when they do that, a lot of them will say, those that are in self-discovery, no matter what we do, we always end up, it seems like we always end up here. That's why. About 99% of the time. Others of us, and it's funny because the now is the center, right? It's the center. It's not the left or the right, it's the center. But we jump over the center, and then we go to the future that doesn't exist because we create the future in the now. But we still do. We all do at times. We wander off into that future that doesn't exist, and then we talking to ourselves saying, when is this going to happen for me? When am I going to have this? When am I going to meet this person? When am I going to have that better job? When am I going to get a promotion? When am I going to make more money? When am I going to finally be happy? What do I need to do to make things better for myself? And then, of course, that's frustration, and then it becomes, we suffer. So how do we stay in the now? We stay in the now through our breath, our divine positive energy. Why, people say, why is it so divine and positive? Well, soul comes into the body, right? Soul energizes the body, the God. Body starts functioning, everything comes online. Lungs start operating, create oxygenated breath, sustains the body so the soul can stay in the body to experience the body in this life. And it also focuses us, relaxes us, eases us, recovers us. It's many things. It's super powerful, the breath is. Always has been. And it's funny how we've become so distracted and pulled to the outside of ourselves into the external material world where we forget about that. And the now is in the breath. Always in the breath. That's why and to be conscious about it, always be gentle, right? With yourself. Kind, generous, and humble, period. So that you understand that, okay, so like clouds in the sky, we grab onto tens of millions of programmed thoughts. They aren't ours. But we grab onto them, we kind of float off. None of us are exempt from it. And so when we do that, we're conscious, yes, okay, so here I am, I've wandered off into these thoughts. So I'll focus on my breath and I'll be in the now. 3,000% of the time you'll be in the now, every single time. You may have to practice it. You may choose to practice it more than once until it becomes a habit. And then once it becomes a habit, and it really hones your understanding that you'll wander off, but you'll be in the now because you'll focus on your breath, your divine positive energy, and every single time you'll be in the now. You could be doing it, and you're sitting there talking with a bunch of people, and you start wandering off, or you're focused on something, you start wandering off. You could be in a phone conversation with somebody, and you start wandering off, but it's okay, because you'll know. But always be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself 24/7. Now we look at the body. The body is floating. You're not in the mind. You're not in the ego. You're not in the subconscious mind. And you aren't the body. But you can see, when you see in the body, there's these lights. Why are they so important? These lights, these wheels of lights, these chakras, this chi. What is it? Is it physical? Not in the sense that we have in this life, where you touch and feel. They're in the etheric spiritual plane of things. And basically, this is where we, the gods within these bodies, flow. We flow through these. We touch all the organs, all the tissues, all the blood flow, everything. There's not one speck, even a quark, that we don't flow through. Our emotions, everything. So we look and we see, oh, there's the red wheel of light. And these colors, nothing like you would see here on Earth. These are so different, so deeper, so much more vibrant. So red wheel of light, root chakra, what does that do? It deals with our survival. Imagine you're the God, and the divine positive energy, the breath, that flows through these. So you flow. You see, the root chakra, it deals with this body's survival. Clothes, money, food, water, shelter. But it's blocked by fear. Fear is an illusion. It's just a thought. Doesn't have any power until you give it to it. So what happens when a bunch of us are out in the middle of nowhere? Well, we rely on each other. We work as one to sustain ourselves, to stay in the body, to survive out in the wilderness. And the wilderness is this life. It's the externality of this life. Learning how to master it. But any of us who go into fear, panic, will usually leave the body. We move to the orange wheel of light. This is the sacral chakra. This actually deals with our pleasure, joy, bliss, happiness, abundance, prosperity, well-being. This is our center of bliss. And none of us are exempt from it. We've all experienced it more than once. That's when we're everything is just falling into place. Effortlessly. And you're in that zone, that mode where it just all works flawlessly in your favor. And then the ego mind starts to come in, because remember, it's never satisfied. And you have that feeling where it's not a voice, it's a feeling. It kind of conveys to you that, this isn't going to last forever. It's unrealistic to think that you could just be this way forever. Okay? And so then it ends. And we wish we could have it forever. And the funny thing is, it's our natural state of being. So what is that stops us? Guilt, which is another illusion. Then we move to the solar plexus chakra, our willpower. And then our willpower, our direction, is blocked by shame. Another illusion. It has no power until we give it power. And then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, the heart chakra. Deals with love, our ability to love. And I'll guarantee you that any of us that fall into grief, which is another illusion on how things have been pre-engineered for us on this planet, you're incapable of. Then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra. That's our truth, right? Verbalized voice, vocal cords. And it's blocked by lies. Lies, truth blocked by lies. Then the indigo wheel of light, third eye chakra. This is our insight, intuition. Intuition, And it's blocked by illusion. And then the crown chakra, top of our head, violet wheel of light. This is our direct connection to the divine, which is you, which is all of us. And it is blocked by our buddy, that little ego attachment. To know this, see, this is an absolute perfect roadmap. That you know this, and that you, the God, flows through it, and you know how to literally vanish it. Surrender it all. And that is totally open. And you are totally surrendered. So we're energy, all of us, cosmic energy. If we do anything, we choose. So we hold our form. We are one. We are God. We are love. And then we just release over the pineal gland. Now, pineal gland is very important to all of us while we're in these bodies, because once it's fully vibrant, healthy functioning, and we have a way to do that now, it will connect us to all the particles of existence. And you know what that means? That's everything and everything, nothing and nothing, beyond the consciousness and beyond the consciousness and beyond. Metta, 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 metta. In this endless journey. So you view it through your heart, mind's motion picture, of which you're the director, the producer, the actor, the actress, choreographer, everything. So through your heart, mind's motion picture, however you view the pineal gland, you view it. I view it as a green ball rosebud. And as soon as I pour the God that I am over this, it immediately transforms into this massive, fully bloomed rose with multicolored petals, sending off this fragrance that is absolutely heavenly. And I noticed that the waves, these waves that are continuously, literally soaking me, bathing me, showering me, are absolutely divine and blissful. The highest of the deepest, deepest, purest, purest, purest eternal love. Peace and gratitude. It's absolutely astronomical. And I discovered that it is the God within me. And the rose is the God that I am. And the God that I am is the rose. These bodies, higher self, spirit, soul, heart, mind, ego mind, subconscious mind, the God, pure consciousness, all one. The soul is the heaven. The body is the earth. We are, literally, all of us, heaven on this earth. Those of us who are consciously aware, to a certain extent, every step we take, we are fully aware that we are creating paradise. Every step. Eternally. We also know, consciously, that the God force, love, light, energy that we truly are, not these bodies, we're flooding 360 degrees, fanning out from us, touching everything, which is a part of us. Interesting. How can you not touch everything? How can you not affect everything? Because you are everything, and everything is you. If you were to drop in a very, like a glass lake or a body of water, it was just absolutely, totally placid and mirrored, totally, just glass. You took a pebble and you dropped it. In the middle, you would see the waves, the little waves come out. And then it would look like they dissipated, they were gone. But you can't see that one pebble dropping in that placid lake affects the whole lake. Just like you affect all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Just like we all do. So our light, God force, love, light, energy, is flooding this planet. In this very now. Inside and out, above and below. And it is a high frequency because it is the purest, deepest, eternal love of which we are. Which then lends higher frequencies. Higher and higher and higher frequencies. So if you would and move out the outer rims of the space to see the planet, you would see that it was so bright, glowing with 8 billion gods that were consciously aware to a certain extent of who and what they are, knowing they are not the body. This light is seen in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. You could compile all the suns in existence and they wouldn't even come close to its brightness. And that is a reality, since we are supreme reality. And all this change on this planet is coming from all of us and the gods that we are. Now, obviously, we have other parts of ourselves. Some of those parts are asleep. It doesn't mean they're not with us. It just means they're asleep. Then there's the other parts, like us, that are somewhat awake, consciously aware. So we reach out to those parts of us, such as all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, they come in the Guga plexus, including those here on this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. They come in the Guga plexus. One Guga plex fills this entire universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. Now, they come from trillions of universes and trillions of Guga plexus. Those on this planet, of which we really don't see, our eyes that we have with these bodies only see 1% of what is. So we're familiar. Fairies, sprites, elves, gnomes, dwarves, trees, trolls, elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And then countless numbers. They are all with us now, consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials. Yet, Only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them because over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universe every day. And the ones that we are aware of, Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Feline, Zeta Reticuli, Nords, Greys, Draco Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian, many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they come in the trillions. And they are now with us consciously. Call upon all of our loved ones. All those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. And in the billions, they are with us now consciously. Call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, beneath earth, Garta, yet only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light to complete liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And in the billions, they are with us now consciously. The archangels, seraphim, cherubim, archetypes, ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Germain, Christ, Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. They are both those, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light, complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Archangels are a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. But we interact with them, and we meet with them all the time. It doesn't come on to us until later, and then we get an inclination that was an angel. And they have a message that they deliver to all of us, but it's delivered in so many different ways. And when you simplify it, it basically means that isn't it absolutely magna glorious, spectacular, stupendous to be alive in these bodies in this now? And that is bliss. And every time that happens, thank the God that you are and the God that they are for delivering this message. They can surround any one of us at any one time in the tens of thousands. The reason they can is because they can hold a large number in a small area due to their vibrational frequency. Ascended masters have mastered ascension into physical form, out of physical form, hold God form, pure consciousness. We have ascended into physical form, are mastering physical form, creating our experiences to perfect our creation. We're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We all immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the God force, love, light, energy within each and every one of us. It is pure, deep, eternal love. It is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1 billion trillion suns to even come close to its brightness. And it is flooding this planet. On it, in it, above it, and below it, 24/7. It is the highest of the highest high frequencies, flooding all of our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake or asleep, all parts of us, all life, the highest supreme value in this universe. We begin to ascend above the planet. As we do, we're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. And it is just trillions of flashing, spectacularly colored lights everywhere. So we focus on the reflection points. And we come in, and we see that these are microscopic, tiny little etch mirrors. We go within, and then we discover that all of us gathered here are students and teachers of each other. Whoever enters your life, whosever life you enter, it is always either teaching or learning or both. Always has been, always will be, ever beyond and forever on our endless journey. We are immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind ourselves that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we are completely imbued, period, with the white fire armor, head to toe, inside and out, and emanates from the God force, love, light, energy within each and every single one of us. This armor is not like an earthly knight's armor or body armor or anything like that. Way beyond. We are completely protected 24/7. No attachments, no demon possession, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. They couldn't come close to us, and they know it. The reason is they'd vaporize if they did. So you're protected. We all are. But only you have the power that if you decide, whether consciously or unconsciously, to lower your vibrational frequency low enough through hatred, anger, greed, envy, hurriedness, stress, anxiety, fear, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Then you will have attachments. Then you will have demon possession. We're immediately met by two columns of light. The first one that we created to remind ourselves is the purple transmuting flame. It reminds us that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are literally no more. Then it's followed immediately by the violet ray. This is a column of light that we created to remind ourselves. We can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can literally cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest high of the deepest, purest eternal love. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we created, that we are the sun, the sunlight. The sun rises and the sun sets. We are the clouds, the sky. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the soils, the trees, the forests. We are everything, and everything is us. So the next time you do see a rainbow, a sunset, or a sunrise, it is you. It is you, the beauty, the divinity, the spectacularness. It always has been, always will be, ever beyond and forever. We continue to ascend above this planet. As we do, some of us step outside our physical form, hover effortlessly above it. If we're carrying physical form. Why do we do that? Because we can. We come in full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. It sets center circle. And it is larger than the solar system. We created it. Now in the center we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this golden white ball of light. It is surrounded by these rings of vibrantly colored lights. And they're all sending out this massive flow. It's not wet. It's not like a in the rain or something. You feel it. It's more of a feeling that comes in. And the golden white ball of light is the highest of deepest eternal love. And then gratitude, the highest of deepest gratitude. And then peace. And then well-being. And then gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness. Great abundance, great wealth, great prosperity. It's endless. And we discover that it is us, that it is the reflection of the God within each and every single one of us. At the top, we designed it that the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing 24/7 right now. This is the highest of the highest, purest, deepest eternal love, flooding us all, life, the highest supreme value in the universes, endlessly. Now, we are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. The ocean is the drops are the ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It also sets center circle. We created this sphere 3.5 years ago. It holds almost 1,500 of our meditations in perpetual motion, which means they are infinite. All of us, which have accumulated to over 1 billion participants on and off world, very small compared to all that there is. And those are consciously aware. And with the highest intent, sending that, flooding this planet. Absolutely indescribable. The high intensity of the expanse of the higher and higher and higher vibrational frequencies. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. In this journey, in this now, really, as we want it and allow it, as we want it and allow it, it is. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose. An easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Nurture your mind with great thoughts, for you will never go any higher than you think. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, into the following morning. And we will return here Wednesday, July 28th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call, and 9 p.m. tomorrow night Eastern to continue our time